It was a story that made national news. A Metro Atlanta officer being run over. It was all caught on video. Right now, the driver accused of dragging that officer with her car is facing a number of charges. And Statham police officer Mark Lofton is recovering from his injuries. Hello, everyone. All new at 6. That video has prompted dozens of people to speak out about Officer Lofton and allegations that he is falsely arresting people. Hello, I'm Sharon Reed.
And I'm Ben Swan. Right now, there is a petition demanding that he be investigated and fired. CBS 46's Adam Murphy is live in Statham with that investigative report.
Ben, there are dozens and dozens of people on this petition making very serious allegations about what's been going on here at the police department. And city leaders are saying very little about these allegations on the record.
173 dispatch 23.
It began like any other traffic stop.
512, 1038.
Kelly Pickens was pulled over by Statham police because of an issue with her tag.
There's my license.
Okay. All right, can I see that right there?
But then Officer Mark Lofton asked her if she was taking drugs. Pickens responded saying she takes prescription medication authorized by her doctor.
Just because the doctor prescribed don't mean you can drive on it.
I take it every day. None of them say you can't drive on them. None of them.
I want you to follow the tip of my pen, all right?
Officer Lofton then initiated a field sobriety test and later arrested Pickens and charged her with DUI.
It was like being on the Dukes of Hazzard, you know, and Boss Hogg and Opie. No, I'm sorry, that's Mayberry. Boss Hogg and Enos and the gang. I mean, does this stuff really still happens today? Is anybody paying attention?
They are unlawful. From the get-go, everything about them.
Mary Williams had a similar encounter with Officer Lofton.
Are you on any types of medications or anything?
She informed the officer she takes antidepressants, but it does not impair her ability to drive. However, she too was given a field sobriety test and arrested for DUI.
It's almost like we're living in Hitler's Germany. And they're the Gestapo that can pull you out of your car and take you to jail for doing absolutely nothing wrong.
Our investigation found there are nearly 200 others who have signed a petition calling on the district attorney to complete a formal criminal investigation into the actions of Officer Lofton.
They've got people for diabetes medication, for blood pressure medication. There's a woman with cancer who has cancer medications. They do not care. If you have a birth control pill in your system, you are going to jail as far as they're concerned.
So I contacted the police chief today, didn't hear anything. I reached out to the district attorney, no response. I was able to get a hold of the mayor and the city attorney, and they told me that they would investigate any complaint that does come in and that this issue will be on the city council agenda for their meeting later this month. We're live in Statham. Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.
Adam, thank you for that incredible stuff. CBS 46 with in-depth information about the current case involving a woman accused of running over Officer Lofton in August. Authorities say Lofton tried to arrest her, but she ran over both of his legs. Right now, Jessica Fox is facing a number of charges, including fleeing and attempting to elude law enforcement, aggravated battery on a police officer, and aggravated assault on a police officer. She is currently in jail. Officer Lofton is at home recovering from a concussion and a tear in his Achilles.
Statham, GA. In a monumental twist of irony, a police officer's dashcam, which caught another driver running over his legs, has led to the officer being exposed for victimizing several people with false DUI arrests. As the video shows, when Officer Mark Lofton tried to arrest Jessica Fox after pulling her over, Fox fled the scene and Lofton attempted to cling to her driver's side, resulting in his falling to the ground and having both his legs run over. Lofton was able to get up and run back to his car. He was treated for a concussion and Achilles tear afterward. Fox was charged with a number of crimes related to the incident, including aggravated battery and aggravated assault on a police officer. However, in the days that followed the video release, dozens of people began submitting complaints about Officer Lofton, and they all point to a corrupt cop using his badge to ruthlessly prey on everyone he can. From other dashcam footage and the formal complaints, it appears that Lofton looks for the smallest excuse to pull someone over, such as an issue with their tag, and proceeds to ask them if they are on any medications or drugs. Lofton isn't asking about certain types of drugs that actually cause impairment, but any drug at all, including prescription medications such as antidepressants, and, according to one resident, diabetes medication. For blood pressure medication, there's a woman who has cancer medications. When people admit to being on a drug, even a perfectly safe one, Lofton makes them undergo a field sobriety test. This gives him a pretext for an arrest. The motives for such predatory behavior could simply be a power display, meeting some sort of quota, seizing cash and property under civil asset forfeiture, or a combination of all three. The video report produced by Ben Swan and CBS 46 shows Statham resident being targeted in just this way. Kelly Pickens was pulled over by Statham police officer Mark Lofton because of an issue with her tag. But then she said Lofton asked her if she was taking drugs. Pickens responded saying she takes prescription medication authorized by her doctor. Just because a doctor prescribed them doesn't mean you can drive on them, Lofton said on dashcam video. I take it every day, none of them say you can't drive on them, none of them, Pickens said on dashcam video. Officer Lofton then initiated a field sobriety test and later arrested Pickens and charged her with DUI. Pickens voiced her disbelief in an interview with local reporter Adam Murphy. It was like being on the Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, does this stuff really still happen today? Is anybody paying attention? Mary Williams had similarly strong words after her encounter with Mark Lofton. She was arrested for DUI after telling Lofton she took antidepressants which did not impair her ability to drive, and being subjected to a field sobriety test. They are unlawful, from the get-go, everything about them, Williams said. It's almost like we're living in Hitler's Germany and they're the Gestapo who can pull you out of your car and take you to jail for doing absolutely nothing wrong. The mayor and city attorney have promised that Lofton's actions will be on the agenda at the next city council meeting. Meanwhile, nearly 200 others have signed a petition calling on the district attorney to complete a formal criminal investigation into the actions of Officer Lofton. It appears that Lofton's appearance on national television getting run over brought him a different kind of fame than he would have hoped, as even people from Canada have signed the petition. Read more at http://thefreethought project.com/false-arrest-video-run-over/#H7hours27B3U0UXJ.99